Welcome to VHS Sisters, a nostalgic movie podcast with two actual real-life sisters.
I'm Melanie.
And I'm Seisha.
Get into some comfy clothes, grab your favorite beverage,
and come hang out with us as I force my little sister to watch all the movies she missed growing up.
Hello!
Hello!
Welcome, everyone, to VHS Sisters, the recap episode.
I'm so excited.
Yes. And I'm going to intro myself first because I am Melanie. I'm the little sister, and I am leading this episode today.
Today is all about Melanie. She's in charge, and I can sit back and relax and answer some questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Seisha, by the way. I'm the big sister.
Yes.
I'm, shall we say, the mastermind behind this podcast, but Melanie is really the heart and soul of this podcast.
Yeah.
And I feel like, she's here to bring some living, some loving, some light, and some laughter
Yeah.
to the end of the year. And Melanie has prepared some questions for me.
Well, because I was thinking okay, so obviously season 1, we are complete with. Season 2 is starting 2026. And I wanted to just take a moment to reflect on all of the movies that we've watched so far. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to do, if anyone remembers, what is it, Teen Beat or Tiger Beat or whatever those magazines were, Teen Vogue, if you will, RIP, where they're just doing these bullet point style interviews where it's hey, give us your top 3 this, or what song's on your iPod or whatever, So I wanted to do that today in regards to all these wonderful films that we watched in season 1.
I'm really excited to give you my answers because Melanie sent me all of these questions. I have prepared answers for her. And in answering them, I was really surprising myself. So I'm excited to tell you. And I'm also excited to hear your answers.
Sure. So shall we just dive right in?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's, do you want to ask the question and then we'll both answer, or should we go back and forth?
I mean, we can go back and forth. I might have wrote some other questions down that are not on the list.
Ooh, surprise questions.
Surprise questions. I mean, sort of. Yeah. Do you want to start with just our favorites and then do tops and bottoms and then all the random questions at the end?
I love tops and bottoms. Let's tell you that.
I love tops and bottoms. Spoiler, everyone, heated rivalry. Okay, let's go. I'm a fan. And I'm trying to convince everyone I know to get into this gay hockey romance that I love so dearly.
It has really taken the internet by storm. And I just want to say real quick before we get into the movies, I'm really impressed at how we sort of started our romantasy arc with extremely heterosexual fey marriage porn, basically. Mm-hmm. And now you've moved on to gay hockey tops and bottoms. And you know what? I'm pretty chuffed about that, I have to say.
It's the next stage of evolution, honestly. So to me, it just feels natural.
Yeah, there's a certain kind of manga in Japan, and I was trying to remember the name for it, but there's a specific genre in Japan that is geared only towards straight women.
Oh,
and it's boy on boy romance.
I think one of my coworkers reads those at work.
Yeah, and there's a particular name for it. I'll just Google it real quick. We can do this. Oh, it's yaoi. It's YAOI genre. It's romantic and sexual relationships between male characters created by and for women. So yeah, one of my friends recommended I read Yuri on Ice. So I feel like that might be the next step for you.
Well, okay. So do you want to go in order of these questions since we have them both written down? You want to take turns asking, or,
Yeah, let's
go in order.
I don't know. This is kind of your show. I kind of think it'll be fun if you ask the questions because you said you want to get better at interviewing.
Yeah, I do. So I want to start with favorites. Okay. So we're going to start with And, you know, most important to me in all of these films, anyone will know, is like how hot someone is. So I want to start with hottest male and female presenting actors. So who do you have for your hottest male actors?
Okay, so I didn't know I was supposed to choose multiple.
You can. You don't have to.
Well, you asked hottest actor male or male presenting, and I said Tim Curry.
Oh, because he's at my top as well.
Awesome. Okay, so we're on the same page with that.
Yes, and Rocky Horror, specifically.
Yeah, I was even thinking, it's funny. I was like, because he could go in Rocky Horror, he could be male or female presenting.
Right.
So he can cross genders. That's why I wrote presenting. Right. Yeah. Tim Curry, I specifically thought of him in Worst Witch. So that's like that's my spectrum, I guess. That's what I'm into.
Wow.
We've got, you know, Tim Curry in a very like adult teacher role, like a sexy teacher wizard.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you like what kind of romance I'm looking for.
Well, my second favorite I put was Christian Bale in Little Women, because there's something about young Christian Bale that really does it for me.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I had so much Tim Curry on the brain. I didn't even think Christian Bale, but he is undoubtedly very hot. Very, very floppy. And you said hottest actor female?
Yes.
Or female presenting?
Yes.
So I was thinking, because I'm like, there have been a lot of hot ladies this year.
There have been.
And I just felt that like top of the pile for me, especially since we had two movies that featured her this year, is Susan Sarandon.
Wow. Yes.
So yeah, I was like, for me specifically, Susan Sarandon in Rocky Horror. Marmee, she's not like really showing her hot side, but I have to say like her personality is very hot as Marmee. Mm-hmm. So that's me. How about you?
So I wrote Winona Ryder down for Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Excellent.
Which of course, obviously she's featured again in Little Women. And not that Jo isn't, you know, hot in there. She's just playing more of like a sweet character rather than like a fantasy of Mr. Dracula. So I'm just like, I kind of liked her look in the 1992 version.
Yeah, I think I just relate so much to Winona in a lot of ways. And like, she doesn't come, like, I don't see her as hot so much as like an intellectual equal.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm like, for me, I think this is like a straight versus a bisexual perspective too. I'm like, for me, I'm like, oh, Susan Sarandon's tits.
Well, my honorable mention for second place would be Toni Collette, Miss Tony.
Miss Tony's gorge. Yeah, I feel like
her body is tea.
Body is tea.
She's gorge in the face. They're like, oh, she's ugly. We're like, where in that leather outfit? Could you do better? I don't think so. I don't think so. Put her in any film.
She's incredible. Yeah, shout out. Maybe we'll definitely do more Toni Collette features in 2026.
Yeah, and I would say like if I wanted to go like on the pretty angle, because she was only like 14 when she filmed it, but Miss Jennifer Connelly in Labyrinth was just gorge.
I was going to give a special sidebar to Jennifer Connelly's hair specifically. I think we didn't have the category of best hair, but to me, that's who would win.
Ooh, yeah, best hair.
So yeah, that definitely, well, I'm doing the kombucha girl meme. I'm like,
yeah.
No,
best hair 100% for her in that. I would say, and then best hair male, I would give it back to Tim Curry with that perm.
Oh, really? Not David Bowie?
No.
Melanie hated David Bowie's whole look, and honestly, that's how I know you're not gay.
Fine.
It's just like, it is so drag queen. It's so out there. Those brows are out of control.
All right, well, let's get into the second category, and I want to talk about puppets, okay?
Okay, great.
Who are our favorite puppets of the season?
This was really hard.
A lot of good puppets.
so many good puppets, dozens and dozens to choose from. And it's funny because both of my favorite and least favorite are from Dark Crystal and Labyrinth, respectively. So my favorite puppets, first thing that came to mind was Ludo.
Oh, really?
For sheer size alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just love a big guy. And I think he was just like really impressive in terms of how it was constructed and just the mechanics of it all. And then sentimental fave, Kira.
Yeah.
She's the diva. She's everything. She's the blueprint. She's who I was going to say who I try to be, but like, I don't present like Akira at all, but like internally, I feel like Akira. So how about you?
Well, I wrote Gizmo.
Oh my God.
Gizmo is one of my favorite puppets. I love his little face and I love when he drives the car.
Gizmo shot right up to the top.
I also love, oddly enough, our Skeksis friends because their design is so creepy. And I love our favorite one, Mr. Skekzok on TikTok, as he's getting all the likes and views from everyone.
You are such an influencer. That's so funny. You're like, might I direct you to my TikTok that completely blew up?
Yes, and I love him. And then honorable mention, Doc Bullfrog.
Doc Bullfrog too. Yeah. See, again, like I'm like, oh, was that my favorite? But I went to the two that like emotionally got me the most. Like it always comes back to emotion for me. I can appreciate like cool design, but I was just like, which one do I want to like hug or look like?
True. Yeah, I want to hug Gizmo the most. So he's my number one.
You love a little Furby kind of guy.
I do. I love a creature. And then that leads me to least favorite puppets. And it's funny because like for mine is kind of almost the opposite of you. I put Jen and Dark Crystal as my least favorite because of his emotionless face and his naked body.
I also put Jen.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're there.
That's it was surprising that I wrote that. And I felt like you would also say that because he is so wooden and the rest of the movie fucking rocks so much. But I feel like if Jen were just like a little more expressive, like he is in the prequels, I'm like, oh, that would have been a slam dunk.
For sure.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, Jen, big letdown. And also, I gotta say, fuck those fire guys.
Yeah,
Fire gang can fucking roast in the fire.
They're so unnecessary in this like dark fantasy looking film. Like, why do we have these bright colored creatures who are crazy?
Like, did you really feel like you had to put Chili down with the fire gang in the movie so much that we needed to create this dumb puppet concept where they take their heads off? Fuck you, fire gang. Anyway.
And I put Hoggle for my least favorite. I hate his face.
I didn't even get to Hoggle, but yeah, Hoggle is
ugly.
He's not, you know what? He just needs wait, Hoggle before or after the discovery in the suitcase?
Both are horrible. Yeah. No, I mean, if I had to pick one, it would be before, obviously, but the second one was awful. Scary.
Yeah. He's molting.
All right, what about your favorite villain?
My favorite villain has to be our buddy Pennywise the Dancing Clown.
Yes, mine too.
Yeah, he's iconic. He's
got jokes.
Yeah, he's so funny, so good. Of course, like legendary performance, definitive performance, I feel. Didn't have to remake that one, guys.
No, and really didn't have to.
Yeah, out of all the other villains, like I was like, oh, Dracula, the Grand High Witch. We got the Horned King. We had a lot of villains this season. You know, even Frankenfurter can be considered a villain.
He could be. I thought of that too.
But Pennywise is just in a class by himself. He's great. Yeah,
he walked so Vecna could run.
Yeah, no, but yeah, well, yeah, that whole series. Stranger Things, I think you can, now that you've been introduced to Stephen King, you can start to see how Stranger Things is just a huge Stephen King ripoff, or, you know, some would say tip of the hat.
Right.
It started off as like a pastiche and now it's just like, all right. Yeah.
I want to do favorite animal or creature while we're on the topic of like puppets and stuff.
Favorite animal, definitely, wow. Like now that I'm like saying this answer, like 5 other animals from our movies like popped into my head, but I think that the lead for me is still Fizzgig.
Fizzgig. Yeah, I put Henwin.
You put Henwood. Okay, I guess I'm recognizing Fizzgig as like an actual animal.
I mean, he could be, though. I do love Fizzgig. He's kind of a support creature, which is kind of what I was trying to get at too. Like favorite animal, support creature. Definitely Fizzgig's up there because I love a Pomeranian. I think Henwin is pretty cute because, she's just fat and bulbous and has really cute eyes. And it reminds me of Budgie, as the listeners should know, is your kitty cat.
Yeah, she's chunky and funky.
I also put the shark from Jaws because, shout out.
Shout out to like our very first episode. Yeah, Jaws, I don't know. It's still that Bruce the shark still scares me. So I didn't think of Bruce as a fave, but let's just shout out how much that robot shark is still scaring people to this day.
What is your favorite food that was consumed in these movies?
And that like takes me back to our first episode too, because remember, I don't know if you remember this or have listened to that pod since then, but we talked about food a lot, weirdly, the first episode. I was like, are we still gonna talk about this like every episode? And we haven't.
No, we haven't.
Just
a little bit here and there, but nothing overwhelming.
If it comes up, but I was trying to think of specific food items. And the first thing that came to mind without me overthinking it is the sandwich that Bastian eats in the Neverending Story.
Really? Mine's a different sandwich.
What sandwich?
The Katz's sandwich when Harry met Sally.
See, I was thinking about that too. And of course, like, I'm obsessed with Katz's, and we talked that whole episode. We mostly talked about we talked about Jewish deli food, which is incredible, and I feel like such a great time of year to watch it. But yeah, like the sandwiches that they actually show in the film weren't that enticing to me. Like I just was staring at Sally's sandwich the whole time, and I was like, there's like one piece of turkey on that.
Yeah, it was a little thin, to be fair. I was just fantasizing about having a pastrami on rye with some pickles and mustard and all that good stuff. So
yeah,
that's my choice. Second honorable mention to the Essence.
Wait, you
I didn't like it, but it made me laugh because I'm like, oh yeah, they technically were eating the Essence.
Yeah, I mean, Essence from a podling, technically a food.
How about your favorite outfit or outfits? I know there are many.
There's so many, but I mean, top of mind, the first one that popped in there was Mina's green dress from Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah.
With the adorable little hat, and that's pretty top for me. Also, Lucy's red dress that she wears before the Wolfman bites her.
Oh, yeah.
And third, shout out to Sarah's wedding dress in Labyrinth.
Yes, ma'am.
So those are like, yeah, that was all really good fashion moments in that movie.
I agree wholeheartedly with all of those. I also would like to mention Angelica Houston's aubergine suit in The Witches, because I feel like that is such an iconic look. It really gives like fashion witch. That's what I like.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like the fashion in that movie is super underrated.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, like when we posted that, I feel like I got a lot of responses from people and they're like, what is this movie? I'm like, am I the only person who's seen this? Like, it felt like I was tapping into something. I was like, I watch this all the time. So hopefully more new folks will be introduced to that movie.
Yeah, hopefully.
Through the pod.
And then let's do favorite mom or dad figure.
I have to say favorite. Who is mother?
Who is mom? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like there's a difference between like mom and mother.
Oh,
like,
I know.
Like
I know.
like mother's gender neutral.
For sure. And I'm just saying, like, for mother, I have to put Marmee.
Yeah. I was gonna say Marmie's number one. So if we're gonna talk about like ultimate mom, there is no other but Marmee. She specifically Susan Sarandon is Marmee. Fucking rules.
Oh yeah. She made me emotional. She made me think about like different things in life. Like I just can't wait to watch that movie again and again and again because it's just so good.
It's really, really good. Yeah. And it's such a good vibey Christmas movie. You know, we're still in the holiday season now, folks. So if you missed it during Christmas, you can just play it, you know, play it all the way till Russian Christmas, which is in January.
Right. Yeah. I think this pod will come out before then. So you're totally prepared.
You're good to go. Yeah.
You're good to go. And I was going to say for dad figures, there were not a lot of great dads in season 1. Like,
sorry about that.
Sorry everyone for representation. Yeah. Not a lot of great dads. But I picked the dad from Labyrinth because we never see him and he provides a very nice house for Sarah to live in. So I'm like, that's cool.
Wow. I just copped out of this answer completely. I was like, I just went right to like, okay, who is daddy? And honestly, it's David Bowie in Labyrinth. Because he is daddy.
He is. Yeah, I know. Okay.
I don't know if he's like a father figure.
No, not when he wants to be her slave at the end. But, you know, that's when the song comes in. Is it George Michael? Where it's like father figure.
Yeah, we were saying like in a
father figure,
put your tiny hand in mine. Yeah, we were talking about like, yeah, what if George Michael was cast in the Jareth part and it would just be an excuse to use that song in the end credits, which would have been like too horny. It would have been too horny. It's already too horny.
That's the version I want, though. That's the version I want.
That's, you know what, with all the AI, you know,
we can generate it, I guess. We'll burn a forest down. We'll get it.
No, don't do that. We are anti that.
We are. Okay.
So wait. Sorry. Let me pause you right there. I thought of a good dad.
Ooh. Brody?
Yeah, Brody.
Yeah.
There you go. Like you had the same thought that I did.
Yeah, because I'm like, he's out there defending his son. Like he's like trying to like kill the shark and everything. And
he's being a good father. He's protecting his family, his fashion choices. Like honestly, they fuck. And nothing is like, to me, you know, maybe this is like my dad stuff, but I'm just like, nothing says more like masculine to me than like a 70s dad.
Yeah.
You know, like give me a mustache and a flannel shirt and like drive a muscle car,
a fisherman's sweater.
Yeah. Be a man, you know, like
cut off shorts.
Hell yeah. Like too short.
Too short cut off shorts, a sweater, and like be fixing up your car in the driveway.
Hell yeah. All right.
My last favorite question is going to be favorite musical score or songs. I have multiple. Let's see where we intersect on our decisions here.
Overlap.
Yeah. That's what I was going for.
Let's see. I'm going to look at what I wrote because I also had multiple.
I have multiple. So I think you'll be surprised at one of them.
I have to say for score, Never Ending Story is just so iconic to me. And like I've, you know, streamed it multiple times. We use it a lot, like in our real life D&D games, because it's just so evocative. And I was going to say Dark Crystal, but like, I feel like Never Ending Story has like another layer of like almost like European mystery to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of like lyrics and the whole song is very singable and it's just like, it's so good. I put it on mine, despite that, you know, being one of my least favorite movies of the season. I was like, I love that score. And I love As the World Falls Down from Labyrinth.
That's so surprising to me. That's like a dark horse out of nowhere.
I know. My movies that I'm not like crazy about, I'm loving the music. So there's at least something to get from that.
Yeah, I think for songs, I was gonna say River Bottom Nightmare Band song.
Put it on there, yeah.
Because
we'll make a playlist, guys.
It's yeah, I will. It's pretty iconic, but for me, the song that I sing pretty much every day of my life is "Anything Can Happen on Halloween," sung by Tim Curry. There's not a day in my life that goes by where I'm not like making alternate lyrics to it. And like during the Halloween season, it like goes to a fever pitch. Like every morning I get up and I sing that song. Now we're kind of, we're winding down to the end of the year. The Halloween spirit will, I won't say fade, but it'll quiet down a little bit.
Right.
As we get into spooky holiday time.
Yes.
But honestly, like around the time of your birthday, we're going to start ramping up towards Halloween again. So anyway,
that was on my list as well, just because it's so funny to improvise and like make lyrics too. And then my other mention is from Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. And this one does make me tear up, but it's the Our World and Brothers combined.
Oh my God.
At the end, it just makes me emotional.
Wow.
I sing it. I swear, like it was my first time watching it recently. And I still think of like the parts where they like intersect the songs. And it's like, something, our world is changing. I could always use a friend. Like, it's just like, oh, it's so sweet and cute.
I love that I showed you Emmett Otter Jug Band Christmas. And now, as a woman in your 30s, you can really appreciate the joy of a true Christmas movie.
All right. Well, with all of those, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, I love that, I love that you're going for these very sentimental songs, and not the comic songs. Again, I think that says a lot about you personally.
Yeah, I love,
She's very tender-hearted, listeners.
I am, yeah. And that kind of leads me. So after getting through our favorites here, I wanted to say, if you have any other favorites you want to mention, please bring them up. But I wanted to get to our top movies and our bottom movies of the season.
Well, yeah, we talked about actors, puppets, villains, outfits, food. Yeah, those are all like our main interests. You did ask me like what, in terms of like casting yourself in a movie, which one?
Oh, yeah. I have, if you had to pick a movie to star in, which would you choose and why?
This is an insane question to me because I was like, well, first of all, now, so you mean me now or as a kid?
Whenever.
Because
time is a flat circle,
Right. Well, as a kid, I was going to say, I think I would have been like a pretty good candidate for Worst Witch. Mm-hmm. And I could have pulled something like that off. I'm not saying necessarily I was on the level of our Queen Firuza, but that would have been like a very good role for me.
Yeah.
As like a 10-year-old. Now I'm like, I really was thinking about it because I'm like, me and my casting director brain, I'm like, well, Seisha isn't appropriate for anything. Like, because here's the thing, like, you don't have a lot of choices in movies. You're either ingenue, right? You're kid, right? Or you're an old crone. When I was in school, I would get cast as like wicked queens and witches a lot. And I was like, I think it would be fierce to be the Grand High Witch, but knowing also like how I present, I'm like, you would audition for Grand High Witch and you would get cast as one of like those grotty witches at the convention. Like realistically, that's who I'm getting cast at. And honestly, yeah. I would have had a lot of fun with that. Just like as a child hating, no toad witch.
Right.
How about you? Like dream casting Melanie as a child or today?
It's funny because like my first answer is like not my version of a cop out, but it's my version of like understanding more and more how films are made. And I'm like, I feel like being Meg Ryan and When Harry Met Sally is pretty chill of a role.
Right.
And I would be most comfortable being in a rom-com because I feel like that's where my heart lies. But it's like, with that being said, like Angelica Houston in that role, having to sit through all that makeup, having to go through like, I'm not sure if, Bram Stoker's Dracula was like really torturous to film, but as Gary Oldman, I knew it was because he's also in a lot of makeup, a lot of tight corsetry for Winona Ryder and things like that. So I'm like, what's the most comfortable movie I could star in? I'm like, it's going to be When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, shooting a movie is not comfortable. You got to give it up to all these actors in these very uncomfortable roles, especially ones who are putting on prosthetics and
doing like practical effects and everything. Yeah. It's a lot of work.
It's hard. It's totally hard.
Otherwise, I could be, and I believe Kate in the Gremlins,
You could be Kate in the Gremlins. Yeah, you have like sort of like a, how do I want to say it? Like a girl next door-ish kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you're not an actor. Like,
no, I'm not.
you've never been in a play.
No, well, besides in like elementary, no.
So that's the thing. I think like the next phase, if you're curious about that, is you start like reading some plays and start reading for some roles and thinking about like, yeah, how would people cast you?
Right.
Because like so much of it is like the visual information your face gives. Just going off like how your face looks.
I would be in a horror movie for sure.
Stop it. No, you would not.
Be the creature in the corner. Ooh, ah.
I would love to be the creature. Yeah, I'm at the age now. It's like, oh yeah, you're just like that lady from Weapons, which you haven't seen yet. Sorry.
I haven't. No, it's okay.
Yeah, watch it. It's on HBO. Watch it.
Okay. If you had to combine two movies, just like for funsies, which would you combine?
This was a crazy question.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really racking my brain because I was like, okay, if you mash up something, why not make it a musical?
Sure.
So in my brain, I was like, okay, Rocky Horror and this. So I landed on, what if Dark Crystal and Rocky Horror were combined? Yeah. So it's like we're combining these two movies. So we end up getting a goth rock and roll horror puppet production with no people in it. So that's the thing. Like, yeah, Rocky Horror with like just puppets.
I thought of puppets as well, like combining that into some way. So I put like, and I think you sent me a meme about like, what if they did a Muppet recasting of Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Yes, and I did send you that. Yeah.
Therefore I wrote that plus Labyrinth.
That would work as well. I think like since they did Muppet Christmas Carol, which we did not cover this season because you've seen it.
I have seen it.
And that's a meme that goes around on the internet quite frequently, which is like, what is the movie that you would redo with Muppets?
Mm-hmm.
And there's one human actor, right? And you also get to pick the human actor.
Ooh.
So yeah, there's a lot of like people were saying, do Les Miserables, all Muppets, and Hugh Jackman is still in it,
I'll do Jaws. Everyone's a Muppet except for Brody.
Okay. Wow. That's so he's like so Brody and wait, and Roy Scheider is still Brody.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So because that's saying you can pick any actor.
Oh no, I wanted to keep him.
Okay, great.
And it's like when the shark comes up, it's just like a little puppet. It's fuzzy.
Yeah, it's just like
shoots it in the face.
Somebody just like throws a stuffed shark at him.
Oh my god! Yeah, I love that.
You could have. I was gonna say you could easily do an all Muppet When Harry Met Sally.
Ooh, yeah.
But like, who's the human? Yeah, that's tough because there's not really like a protagonist. It's a very much an ensemble piece.
Maybe Meg Ryan's boyfriend when they go to the airport.
Well, that would be so jarring, and he's only on screen for like 5 seconds.
And he's like, wow, how can I compete with that? Yeah, exactly.
So bizarre. Or what's a movie that would be improved by Muppets? I think we can just agree it's like every movie.
But like, do Rocky Horror keep Dr. Frankenfurter as Tim Curry.
That's the best. Honestly, that's the best answer.
Okay, my other crazy question is celebrity deathmatch. Pick 2 characters to fight with no explanation, unless you want to, but with no explanation.
2 characters to
2
fight.
characters to fight. Who's gonna fight?
I'm gonna say Gary Oldman as Dracula and Tim Curry as Pennywise.
Wow.
And they can just go to town.
I was gonna say Jareth and Jaws.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. No explanation needed for that. That's it. That's the movie.
Punching the shark.
Punching the shark right with his bulge.
Literally bruised eyes from the bulge.
Oh my God.
Okay. So, with that being said, what are your top 3 movies of the season?
Well, I was really thinking about this and I was like trying to remember all the movies we did without like actually looking at the list. Cause I'm like, if it's not top of mind, then it's not my favorite. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing that came to mind was Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula. For me, that's like number 1. I don't know why that movie sticks with me so much. When we rewatched it Halloween time this year, I was like, this movie's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And it's underrated. Like when it came out, people did not appreciate it. And I think that's why I also like go hard for this movie too, because it was fucking panned when it came out. And I was like, you know, this movie fucking rocks.
Yeah.
So that one, I'm gonna say The Neverending Story.
Wow.
And I know we're gonna differ on this. And I was like, how can I not put this in my top 3? It is just so. This is where I realize like my nostalgia is giving me these sort of like rose tinted glasses.
Sure.
Because rewatching it, I was like, oh yeah, the pacing of this movie is off. It kind of drags. The puppets look weird. Like Gamork and Falkor both have weird mouth movements going on. It looks like a weird like dead animatronic. But it's just so like embedded in my psyche. I just stand that movie. I love it so much. I can recognize its flaws. It's like, it's not the movie itself. It's all the concepts around it. And I think it's the big ideas behind it. That's the thing. It always comes back to big ideas for me. This idea that you need to like hold on to your imagination or else the nothing or, you know, AI will destroy you. Like you have to fight. You have to fight and you have to build shitty puppets. And then, so yeah, that was my number 2. And then number 3, I'm going to say our big movie this fall that really took off for us, The Dark Crystal, is going to be it's going to make the top 3. Cause again, big ideas, expansive universe. It's about the whole world building. It's about a movie that like reaches beyond just the time that you're watching it and stays with you. That's what makes a good movie for me.
It is. Yeah, right off the bat, that one's my number 1 from the season because I had a full turn with this movie where it's like, at first I couldn't watch the first 5 minutes of it because I was so creeped out by these puppets. Then I watched the whole thing and realized, okay, I like the moral of the story. And then watching like how it was made, watching the prequel on Netflix, going to the exhibit to see the Skeksis, like all of these things just like really built and built and built. And like understanding how this film fits in with like, it's timeless. It's something that makes sense today as much as it did when it first came out, if not even more so today. And I think it's like really, really important and probably one of Jim Henson's best movies. Like,
yeah, it's tops for sure.
It's top. And I love it so much now. And I'm just like, I need to put a sticker on my water bottle that says Essence or something.
Yeah, it's like now you
to it.
I can't. I was gonna ask you, but since we're getting towards the end of this, I could just. I think I know the answer to my question. I was going to ask you what movie surprised you the most. And I think that's the one.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, because again, I'd wanted to do it earlier in the season, and you were kept putting it off and putting it off, and and I was like, no, she's gonna love it. And once you did, you became obsessed.
Now I'll say, like, a movie that surprised me in a bad way was definitely Practical Magic. Like,
ooh, yeah,
it's yeah. It was like I thought it was going to be super good and like easy to rewatch, and people love it so much, and I just don't understand. But we'll get into that because that one's in my bottom 3. So
spoiler alert, that is bottoms. But what are your 2 other
top
favorites?
Little Women, obviously. I really feel like it makes you feel it's a movie that takes place over like the course of like years, right? And yes, it is. There's like a Christmas vibe to it because they celebrate Christmas, I think. Oh, well, they do celebrate it. I was going to say, I think twice maybe, but I could be wrong.
They celebrate it in the beginning and then like the end of Act 1 and then maybe like at the very end. But yeah, it's very Christmas. It's a Christmas feeling, but it takes place in all seasons, and it's about all seasons and family and love. You want a movie about love, whether it be family or romantic, that's your movie.
And then my third is Jaws, because it was our first movie.
Aww.
And I really was surprised by it. And I think it's just a great horror movie. Like, it doesn't show too much. It has a really, like, obviously like a summer feeling. I loved a lot of the characters, especially the captain. And yeah, it's in my top 3. How about bottom 3?
Well, that's that one. I have to say, and we didn't even mention it during any of the other like questions that were brought up, but I think bottom for me is Pet Sematary.
Yes, me too. Number 1, bottom.
And it's like, it was one of those things where I was just like, I forget why, I don't forget why I wanted to show it to you, because again, it's like baby's first horror movie in a lot of ways. Like Pet Sematary and It. Those are like the first like 2 Stephen King movies you watch if you were like a kid growing up in the early 90s.
Right.
Those were just sort of like everywhere. So it was that. We were also talking about like pet death a lot and like processing it and stuff like that. And I was just like, maybe this will be therapeutic. And I was just like rewatching it. I was like, this movie fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It's
and like, again,
good.
Not enough pets. Still upset.
Still upset about it.
How about number 2 for you?
Practical Magic.
Yes, mine too.
Just fucking go.
Like, so boring.
So boring. And I think what makes it like worse for me is the amount of like online fangirling I see about this movie. And I'm just like, have y'all ever like, are you just like rewatching reels? Right. And you're just like, ooh, like this is the Practical Magic aesthetic. Or are you actually sitting down and watching this flop of a movie?
Yeah, the aesthetic, I will agree, is nice. Obviously, that beautiful house, the coastal town, like all of that, great. But the acting, like not even just the acting, it's more of like the screenplay of it and like how things shake out. It just didn't make a lot of sense. And I found it to be very boring and definitely a flop.
Yeah, that's one. It's like, it's so bad it makes me want to rewrite it and just be like, I could do this better. If you want to do a spooky sister novel, I can actually do this, What
about the last one for you?
So for my third selection, I was really surprised to find this out about myself, but I thought Black Cauldron.
Yeah.
So that one, it's so weird because I feel like I was like going through in my head and I'm like, I feel like The Worst Witch should be in here, but I was like, I am loyal to The Worst Witch. It's so,
I know you are.
It's so charming. Black Cauldron, it was like upon the rewatch, I was like, it just kind of was flat for me. Like I love a lot of the character design and I love that era of Disney, which is like dark and weird. But again, like screenplay, a little weak, it kind of meanders. I was just like, okay, and you threw in some Smurf characters at the end. What's happening here? Like, it just doesn't like, and also like having a female character who has like the weakest magic. You have Taryn, who's just like the worst. I'm just like, and of course, like, and you know what? Gurgi just sends it down the tubes for me.
He's one of my least favorite, just like characters, period.
he's just annoying. And one thing I've learned a lot about myself this season. And I was just like, I don't like characters that are like, I'm the comedic character. I'm the funny character. I'm just here for goofs and laughs. And I'm just like a funny little guy. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, just do something good. Like have like intentions or something.
You do love Creature.
I love Creature. I love Creature's design though, because Creature has like a little cape and he's got one eye and he's kind of fucked up. And I like his voice. I like his voice acting.
Yeah.
How about you? What's your number 3 worst? I'm sorry, bottoms.
Oh, my bottom. I had Never Ending Story.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's so bad. It's so scary. It's creepy. It still makes me cringe when I think about it. It's one that didn't, for me, like, I mean, as a first watcher in my adulthood, it's just, you have to watch it when you're young. Otherwise, it's going to totally miss you. And it completely missed me.
I agree. Yeah, like you can't see the magic as a woman.
I hated the turtle. I hated the rock biter. I hated the creatures in the beginning. It just felt so weird. And that's like, I know we joke, and this kind of is a bonus question too, which is like, where would you want to travel to anywhere of these, like either like film sets or whatever?
Great question.
I don't want to go to the Never Ending Story Museum in Germany, but I will go for the sake of.
We're gonna go now, just because you said that. We're gonna go sit on that rotting Falkor.
Oh God!
And you're gonna look into his beady Furby like eyes and just I don't know. Like that scene in the Never Ending Story that you say you're so creeped out by, with like all the creatures, like the double face creatures, the big head guys, the little hobgoblins. And it's just like, for me, let me just defend myself for a second. I feel like it's the epitome of dark fantasy.
Yeah.
Because people talk about dark fantasy. There are certain dark fantasy movies that really embrace that era. And they give you a feeling of like what the 80s were actually like, as somebody who, you were not alive and, awake during the 80s. That's what the 80s felt like.
I wasn't even conceived.
They felt fucked up and dark, and that was childhood. So
the 90s felt like so, I would say, like, it's hard because I feel like a lot of things in the 90s, like things were of value, were like Victorian era things, like having like these old style homes, semi like modern kitchens where, you would have like linoleum tile and you would have like, I don't know, there's just like a look and feel that I'm not doing a good job of describing, but it's like there's something about the 90s that's a little more warm and cozy than the 80s were, in my opinion.
Well, let's, real quick, not to break down like social and political like differences of decades, but the 80s were so much about, it's like the 80s that, like, going back to Stranger Things, they try to really capture, they kind of miss it because the creators of Stranger Things were also not born in the 80s, didn't like live through it. And the 80s were incredibly like dark. And also like people forget it was about, Reaganism. People were rejecting like the whole hippie movement. All the baby boomers were selling out. They're like, no, we want jobs. We want jobs. And we like buying stuff. So it was about like mass, like capitalism, like unchecked. And that was really like 1980 was like the start of our downfall. Like when I was born, that was the beginning of the end. My birth was like the fucking 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Wow.
Like, so the 90s, it's like, I feel like this is, me as the professor speaking. The 90s are our last gasp of like trying to have optimism. Not that there hasn't been that since then. We've been talking about this idea of like millennial optimism, like in the Obama years. There's like, during Clinton era and Obama era, when there's Democrats in office, there's like a tiny gasp of like, let's learn stuff and let's do stuff and let's travel and let's go places. And it's like, no.
If you know what, if you people who are listening aren't registered to vote, then you can fuck off.
Well, you can go register.
Yeah, you can go register that too. But if you don't vote, then fuck off.
That's right. See, that's the thing, us libs, we got to be more inclusive.
Right.
And welcoming. That's the thing. That's why the Republicans win. They're like, we don't care what shit ass opinion you have, as long as you like money, you're in.
So if we're gonna travel, I have to pick. I would say going to the Witches Hotel is on my list. Top list.
Oh yeah. That's pretty top. I'm trying to think like where else to travel.
I mean, there's plenty of places. Obviously, we'll go to do the Louisa May Alcott Orchard House in Boston. We can do that. That's like a weekend trip.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for real, 2026, we'll go to Orchard House. Because that's you just gotta fly out to New York. We'll drive up there, or we'll take the train. That easy peasy.
Yeah.
And then like big dream stuff, go to the UK and see all of these, like where most of the movies that we like were made. In either in a film studio in the United Kingdom or in a real life location. I would love to go to the Worst Witch School, which I think is like just outside of London.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know what? Honestly, we'll go to the Neverending Story Museum.
Fine. I would have to take a Xanax to go in there.
Yeah, no, just like, go and see like every disgusting puppet. Yeah, we're gonna see more puppets in 2026.
We are.
We're gonna watch more puppet movies. We're gonna watch a bunch more movies. We're gonna get real weird with it.
So any last thoughts before we end officially season 1?
Just thanks a lot for being my sister.
Oh, thanks for being my sister. I always have so much fun when we're together.
Yeah, and thanks for doing this project with me. I know it takes time to sit down and watch movies, and it takes time to have real conversations, but those are both things that I wanted to do more this year. And I'm like, well, now we have accountability.
Right.
The podcast forces us to speak to each other.
It does. Not that we don't already text all the time.
We do.
Like, stay in contact pretty much every day, whether it's like, sending links or whatever, but it's just like, this is a way to actually sit down and speak to each other.
And I have to say, conversation is a dying skill.
It is.
So the fact that we're both making efforts to read, to have good conversations, to make things, and not just like sit on our phones and buy shit all day. Honestly, that's a huge win for this year. Huge win. So yay us. We did it.
We did it, guys. Well, we'll see you in season 2. It's going to be real wacky and real good.
It's gonna work. We're getting weird with this shit.
Getting weird. There's a lot of movies. I can't wait for my birthday special. We already have that planned, so you guys just have to stay tuned.
No spoilers.
No, I will not spoil it.
No spoilers, but we're diving into some childhood trauma for 2026. Buckle up. Get ready. Okay, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of VHS Sisters.
We hope you've had a fun and cozy time.
Please consider liking, leaving a review, and following us on your podcast platform of choice.
If you'd like to chat with us, please email us at VHSsisterspodcast@gmail.com.
Love you. Bye. That's it.